Located right on 6th Street and Independence Mall lies the National Constitution Center, celebrating their 16th year in business. Students exit their buses to embark on a museum filled with interactive exhibits, theatrical performances, and the original documents of freedom.
We have a lot of great programs. We always have interactive programs going on, especially on civic holidays like Memorial Day. You don't just come here and learn about history. You get to interact and be a part of it. You get to take part in military muster demonstrations, and you get to play with the interactives in the exhibit. So you're not just learning and seeing history, you're also interacting with it.
The National Constitution Center contains 3 main exhibits. Since February 12, 2016, the center has featured the Headed to the White House exhibit, created to engage visitors of all ages with the excitement of the election season.
We actually reintroduced this exhibit. It was originally here in 2008. We created it for sort of gearing up for the big Obama-McCain election back then, and we were, had a great response to it. The school kids really loved it, teachers loved it, and we figured it was such a great content that we could bring it back, but we definitely gave it a facelift.
There's some Air Force Band members over here.
You start off by declaring your candidacy in the Join the Race section, and then there's all sorts of great interactives. So in that section you can actually learn to give a speech, and we have an automated speech coach that teaches you how to give a speech like a president. So slow down or emphasize this word. So that's a lot of fun. After the Join the Race section, we're in the Earn the Nomination section. So that's kind of where we are now in the political arena. And that's the sort of race to win all those primaries in order to get enough delegates to take you to the convention. And then there's a great section about the political conventions and the history of them. After that section, we have the win the election section, so that the race to the finish line of debating your fellow candidates, visiting, going out on the campaign trail, what you have to do in each state to sort of endear yourself to the voters, like all the candidates that come to Philadelphia eat a cheesesteak. That's just what you have to do. And then we have a great election night board that shows the sort of how the results come in on election night with the different electoral counts, and then the final section is take the oath, because that's the last step of becoming president.
I asked visitors what their experience was going through Headed to the White House. Alex Waldron, a Temple University ROTC student, said he enjoyed the digital interactions of the election presentation.
My favorite part of the Headed to the White House exhibit was definitely the interaction, being in there and seeing all the different electoral processes, going back to George Washington all the way up to George Bush and the modern day presidents we have today. It showed a lot of history, and it was easy to understand without having to go through a textbook or some big, long, lengthy process.
As the election approaches, the National Constitution Center will begin preparing for the Democratic National Convention coming to Philadelphia on July 25th to the 28th.
We're very excited about the Democratic National Convention. The host committee for the convention is actually putting on a great event. It's called Political Fest, and it's going to be all over the city at different sites. The Union League, the Liberty Museum, the Constitution Center, and the Flash Bus will take people from place to place. You can purchase tickets online, but there's going to be lots of activities, some great exhibits, some great programs, to make sure that people who are in town for the convention have a good time and really immerse themselves in the election season.
Tourists from all over the country will be headed to Philadelphia the weekend of the Democratic National Convention. Whether visitors plan to take a tour bus around Philadelphia or go out and eat a famous Philly cheesesteak, the National Constitution Center's Headed to the White House exhibit will take visitors from the campaign trail and into the Oval Office, all in one visit.